Good evening. In this video, we're going to look at how to post articles to the discussion board and how to respond to those articles. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is to find an article to discuss. That can be done probably most easily by referring to one of the helpful handouts that we have on the website, namely useful URLs for websites on environmental science. So if we click on that, drop the document, and then probably the best thing to do is to cut and paste the URL so that you get all the necessary information. I've selected Science Daily as the reference this time, but any of those 5 URLs are good for finding information. So you click on, you will get something that looks like this, and specifically this URL that I've selected focuses on environmental issues. So if we scroll down a little bit, we see a number of different news stories here. Let's take this one, air pollution unhappiness and unhappiness correlated. So we'll click on that, and what you would do is read this article, and if you also follow the instructions on how to prepare the article, you'll spend about half of your discussion talking about or summarizing the article, and the other half talking about how the article relates to what we're discussing in class. Having done that, you should highlight the URL so that you get it correct, make a copy of it. And then what I would suggest is when you write up your article that you do it in a Word document that you can then cut and paste, as I'll show you in a moment. Once you've copied the URL for the article that you're interested in reporting on, you'll need to put it into your discussion board. The way you do that is by scrolling down to the week in which your name is listed as being responsible for posting an article. This week I'm Joe Schmo, so I will click on the icon for that, and you'll see an overview of what you are expected to do. And at the bottom it says add a new discussion topic, so you'll click on that. That will draw up a screen for you, and in that screen you will begin by typing what the subject of your article is. In this case it had to do with climate and mood. And we'll scroll down a little bit farther once the computer decides to release whatever it's doing in the background. And then you will, in the dialog box here, paste the URL for the article so that other people who are interested in the article will be able to find it and read it and compare it with what you've written. And then you will post your discussion. Probably the easiest way to do this is to type it up offline in a Word document, then copy and paste that Word document into your dialog box here. So you would type something about according to this article, bad weather makes That would be part of the summary. And then you go in, and this relates to this week's topic because it talks about bad weather and how it may affect people in the future. Now, obviously, I've simplified your discussion here. You'd actually put in about 250 words summarizing the article, another 250 words talking about how it relates to the course. But for purposes of illustration, this is good enough. All right, so once you've typed all that in, and hopefully once we can scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you'll see a part where it says post to forum. All right, so you are going to click that icon, and it says your post was correctly done. You will then have 30 minutes if you should wish to change anything. All right. Now, going back up again, those people who are required to post an article will be done as far as posting the article is concerned. Everyone else then, once the article is posted, will be required to see what you have done. They can do that by clicking on your article. And then this is the page that will come up. Go over here, you see the discussion has to do with climate and mood. So you would click on that. And here's the discussion. Here's where the discussion would come up that the person who's posting posted. Okay, everybody else in the class who wants to respond to this article can do so by clicking on reply. Another dialog box will come up, and in that dialog box you would then respond. Now again, if you read the handout that goes with this, you'll note there's 4 different kinds of replies that you can make. Yes, I agree with this article, and why? No, I disagree with what this article is saying, and why? I have another take on this article, and here's what it is. And or I've had some experience with this topic, and here's why. And you have to give me, at least 4 or 5 good sentences. Don't give me, gee, I thought this was really interesting. I think you did a good job in summarizing it. That won't fly. Okay? You got to give me some meat in there showing that you read the article, you thought about it. Okay? Once you've done that, or once you've responded, then you'll scroll down, and you will. Now let me put something in here so that we can see it when it comes up. So I'll put over here. Yes, I agree with this article because it's bad out. I'm really... So then, once you've typed in your response, then what you will do is scroll down where it says Post to Forum. Click on the Post to Forum, and that will let you know whether or not it's taken. It says your post is successfully posted, and you should be able to see your response. All right, so in this particular case then, we now see the person who is responsible for posting an article, who has their URL in there, their summary, and their discussion of the topic, and then one of the other people in the class responding to that. Okay? And in this way then, each person in the class will respond to at least 2 of the 4 or 5 articles that are posted each week. The person who does the original posting will get 50 points for having made that post, and then each person that responds will get 5 points for responding to that post. Each person who responds to 2 or more posts each week will get a total of 10 points. I would note the person who posts the original article will get 50 points, but if they also want to get 10 extra points for responding to a post, they can do so by responding to one of the other people's posts for that week. So then, that is how you post an article and how you respond to a posted article. Again, you can go to handout number 1, how to facilitate an online discussion, to get more information about what I expect in your discussion summaries and your reflection on how it relates to the course. I would say that this is probably the part of the course that I enjoy the most because I learn a lot from the various articles that you find. And I think you will also find as you go along that many of the topics that people have posted will be of interest to you too, and hopefully stimulate you to respond in kind. All right, that's it. I guess this week we have our first 4 people to post articles listed here. You will have until Wednesday at midnight. There are deadlines associated with these activities. You have until Wednesday at midnight to post the article, these 4 people here, and then everyone else has until Saturday at midnight to respond to at least 2 of those articles. If you don't make your deadlines, you lose your points. There's no makeups, no replacements. All right, so you have to, one of the things about an online course is you have flexibility, but those flexibilities are within deadlines. All right, hopefully that'll answer all your questions. If it doesn't, feel free to send me an email, either to my CSU or better yet to my Gmail address, and I will try and help you on an individual basis. All right, I look forward to your discussions.